how many images are we going to take that will make us close $1 billion? Just $1 billion. I'm not saying multiple billions. I get to hear people say, oh, I made my first 1 million, I made my first 5 million. I never made my first 1 million.
I heard you said that.
I made it in multiple.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever looked at somebody and wondered why they seem to be growing so much faster than everybody else around them? Or is there something they are doing differently that most of us completely overlook or we don't understand? In today's episode of Depth of It podcast, I sat down with Precious Emelu, and she is somebody who not only have worked with creative, but have also spent years building teams, leading creatives, and watching creative career grow from the front row. What surprised me was not just what she said. It was how many of the things holding creative back absolutely like nothing to do with their creativity. We talked about the power of service, why structure matters more than motivation, why the people you choose to learn from can completely change the trajectory of your career, and why sometimes the biggest opportunities don't even come from being the most talented person in the room. If you're trying to build a career that lasts, not just getting gigs here and there, I think this conversation will challenge the way you think. Welcome to Depth of It podcast.
So there's this weird thing about me. When I meet creatives, for some very weird, interesting reason, I profile how I want to work with them internally. I don't even end up telling them. So some people come with this whole, we're chasing for the stars, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to become this, we're going to, cash out. And maybe in my own mind, where I keep you is just somebody I just want to converse with. I don't want to make money with you. I don't want to do business with you. I want to be able to create, talk about creative things with you, have some sort of mind intimacy with the person. And it ends there. And then you find me really strange why doesn't she ever talk about business?
We have this relationship, so how come?
And then you're like, and in my head, I don't know if I should call it a gifting, but I can tell who is capable of making money for me and who is not going to be capable of making money. I can just tell. Because I have a very high expectation when it comes to numbers. So I don't like to waste my time with a person that I know does not have the mental capacity of what I am chasing. So there was this time which I was talking to a couple of friends that were really vibing at one season of my life. And one day I just throw at them that I just realized you guys don't bring gig my way. Why? And I've noticed it a lot about a lot of people around me. Why don't you recommend gig? And one of them was like, Precious, recommend gig. For who? For me. How do we recommend gig for you? Or recommend you to go on our own gig? And I'm like, why? Well, what makes you think I can't? And then he's like, look at you that is asking that question. I cannot recommend gig for you. It's not possible. And the crazy thing is, fortunately and unfortunately, where they had put me, the category they put me was a category I was heading towards.
Not where you were.
Not where I was at the time.
Yeah.
So I needed that. But then, because of how I have come to embody this thing called art, you just instantly profile me. That this one, no. This one, big dogs. We don't...
Does that mean positioning can be dangerous sometimes?
Yeah, it can be. But I think it's a dangerous that is worthy, actually. It's a dangerous that is... that helps to filter. And reverse, it shoots you faster to the place that you're hoping to get to faster than you even know you would get there. Because like I shared one time with some people, I get to hear people say, oh, I made my first 1 million, I made my first 5 million. I never made my first 1 million.
I heard you said that.
I made it in multiple. Yeah. And how did I have? I happened to be with one of current, serving one of these politicians, and we're just talking, and They were talking about the project. They wanted me to do something, and somewhere in my mind, based on what I was saying, that was going to what I am my friend, I was like, maybe I'll just charge them, 1.5, 1.2, that range to work. And then they just asked me, Precious, what's up? Can we get this done? Can we do it? Yeah, we can. Okay, awesome. So I was like, the budget, I'm thinking, but the crazy thing that happened that day was what my mouth said, like what my mouth brought out was different from what I was
You were
dealing
thinking,
with.
yeah.
So in my head, I'm like maybe 1.2, 1.5. I didn't even know when I opened my mouth and I'm like, 3-4 million can do it. And he said, they were like, okay, sure, let's do it. I was like, wait, 3, 4, 5, wait, 3, 4. Maybe I would have said 5 or even more. And then I tried to when we were not talking, I'm like, okay, we need to add this, we need to add this. At the end of the day, I arrived at the 5, but what I knew or what I was so sure can do that was 1.5.
Wow.
Me, I know. It will deliver it, I will have a good take-home profit. But because of, there's this thing I always tell creative and creative like myself, especially if you're a full-time creative entrepreneur. One thing about positioning is that it is not tied to your gadget. It's not tied to your equipment. I've been in rooms where we're talking about heavy numbers. I'm not even kidding you, bro. I don't even have one full frame camera. My company doesn't have it at the time. Because of course we're agency, so we can outsource some of these things.
Yeah. A quick one before we continue the conversation. This episode is sponsored by me. So over the years, I've always loved to play around with lights and make beautiful colors. And one thing people get to ask me a lot of time is that how do I get my colors to look the way they look? The thing is, it is years of learning and practicing and learning color grading, color science, and what have you. So with time, I decided to build a collection of LUTs that has different looks of my videos, and these are the exact LUTs I use for my videos, and the link to it is in the description, or you can use the QR code on the screen. And if there's anything you want to learn, cinematography, videography, or content creation in general, you want to take your brand visibility to the next level, you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me, there's also a link to that in the description of this video. And let's get back to the video.
And then there's somebody who is somewhere on YouTube, Instagram making noise. I bought this for $2,000. I have to charge this. But what a lot of creatives do not understand, let me deviate a little bit, is yes, you bought it $2,000. Yes, you have had 2 to 3 gigs after that. You have recovered back your money. So why is that a base for your charge? It shouldn't be. You've already recouped back your money in excess and profit. That's what I was discussing with my team the other day. That's where a lot of people miss defining their pricing factor. You can't be pricing, okay, if you want to put it on that scale, how many people upgrade their gears as it's coming out in the market? Not so many. So you can't tell me a camera you bought 4 or 5 years ago and then you come back and tell me it's because of the gear. How much is the valuation of your business? So I've come to understand that there's a way you as a person, there's a way you body this thing called art, and it will honor you. It will respond to your need. It will respond to your demands. And it doesn't have to be tied to anything. It's something you wear. Just like when you go to university and you finish with BA, nobody can take that away from you. You earned it. It's you. I don't have to see you walking around with your certificate.
To know that you have a BSc.
No.
Yeah.
You just know that you are this. And that is what people respect. Oh, you're a graduate. Oh, fantastic. You can see the discrimination when you say you're a graduate or you say you're an undergraduate or you're an SSC. No, you can see it's the same thing with art. Is how much you respect the craft. Some people will say, don't say this. You don't see it as a means to an end. You adore, I don't want to use the word, you worship it for what it is. And I mean, it becomes easy when you open your mouth or you talk and you make certain demands. Someone is very confident that you can actually deliver this, you can actually do this. So that is it.
Interesting. I think we're just going to go from that direction. I've met creatives that are incredibly talented over the years, and they're still struggling to make ends meet from their creativity and from their business. And I've met creatives that are not that not like they're not good. They are good, averagely good, but somehow they've been able to build sustainable, solid creative business for themselves. And the reason why we are doing today's episode of Depth of It podcast is to talk about when you're starting out your creative career. People are going to tell you, you need to learn how to operate cameras. And I'm very sure you don't even know how to operate a camera when you started, though.
No, I did not. And as a matter of fact, nobody taught me. Not even YouTube.
Right.
I self taught myself.
And that wasn't the first thing you paid attention to.
No, that was, so I got out of school. Very popular story I will share. I got out of school, I didn't go home. I came all the way down to ABJ. I jumped, I got into this agency that hired me. They gave me a secretary job. And secretary was a front desk person. But then the good thing about the agency was just quite flexible. So I told my boss that instead of me doing a front desk, I want to go, I want to go on site. I want to see what these other people are doing. So I just go, I see them bringing camera, putting stuff. Once in a while, I pick it up. I look at cameras and I keep it back, and all. So when it was time for me to set out for myself, so there was one problem. Will I call it a problem? I don't think it's a problem. For some very weird reason, best known to my then boss, he did not want me to touch any of his cameras. He didn't even give me any of his cameras. So I think I've learned to take advantage of whatever situation I find myself. I've learned to adapt. Okay, since he doesn't want me to touch camera, I might as well use the time that I have to learn business. So I spend so much time absorbing the business part of my creativity and coming to realize that in the long run, do I want to be so big on holding this camera thing? So eventually, when I finally got my own camera and all, and I started my journey, with photography, and it was intentional. I was deliberate because I knew that I was going to end up as a creative entrepreneur, as a director, and of course as a producer. But I wanted an entry point. Now, if I go and tell anybody in the industry that I'm a director, okay, what's your portfolio? What have you directed? I didn't want to use my boss's portfolio because I was on those projects, and moreover, it's not even portfolio that I really fancy, to be honest. So I rather build mine from scratch. So I decided that, you know what, I'm going to give myself wholeheartedly to photography. I'm going to devote myself to photography. So I started shooting. And I remember, those days I would call some of my friend. My friend Acha, I always celebrate him every time. I'll call him in the middle of the night. I'll call him sometimes in the afternoon. I'll be like, guy, how far? I click this thing, it's too white. I don't like that it is white. What can I do to change it? And then he'll tell me, and can you see this thing? Can you see this one? Oh, awesome, awesome. When I can't reach, I'll call 911 in Lagos. I'll be like, bro, how far? This thing, that's the way I want it to look, but I'm not really getting it. Can you help me align it? There's one time, I remember there was a time I held the camera, I was just crying because I wanted to do something, I could not do it. And I know that due to the peculiar kind of attention span that I have, I can't afford YouTube. I just know I cannot. I can't afford somebody sitting somewhere and telling me, do this on this chair. It's a waste of my time. So I was so frustrated that day, and I'm like, So I said, you know what? I'm not going to call 911. I'm not going to call Acha. I'm going to stay with this camera. If the camera decides to spoil, no problem. I'll move on with my life. And I think one of the beauty of finding yourself in a depth that looks like there is no way out is that you will end up birthing or encountering something deep that nobody can take away from you. And that was what photography did to me. So I told myself that since I can't really afford what it means to be technical with this camera, how about I spend time affording something that determines the value of this camera instead? So I switched it. So I remember calling my friend from Katie, I was born in Zaria. I'm like, and there's something very crazy about me. I don't know if I'll call it a grace or anointing. I have this ability of convincing not a person, but people. Can tell you, bro, let's go to Sahara, we'll blow. Precious, I'm telling you, give me 1 year, we'll make it. I said, well, you believe me? So I told my friend that, what are you doing in Z-Town? Let's go to Abuja and I'll come now. We'll blow this. What I did was I switched it. I told him, you be snapping. Hold this camera, be snapping. I will be directing. I will tell you what I want to see. I will tell you what I am seeing, and I want you to bring what I'm seeing to life. And he was like, sure, fine. So we did 70-30. He agreed. He came. Even though 70-30 on a very ridiculous beginning.
Who was the 70 and 30?
No, me, I was 70.
Okay.
He's 30, of course. And then he came. And then when we go on set, before we start shooting any image, I already have an image I want to see.
Yes.
I already have an image I want the camera to show me. So since I don't have the time of checking this certain, do that, help me get this. I will tell him how I want it, and it will come out. And then, we're having a great time. We're enjoying, we're doing fine until there was a hit. And what was the hit? The beginning of every craft is hard. It's so hard. At the time, for a photo shoot, for like 15 images, we're charging like 5K.
Okay.
Out of that 5K, I would take 3K and give him 2K.
Okay.
I'm a very faithful business person.
Okay.
I do business and I keep at it, except you decide to be very funny, and I'll move very funny with you. One day, he told me, so there was a time, sometimes we'll stay for weeks, months, no gig. It's crazy. The landlord of the studio I got was always, I remember there was a day I sat down at the pavement and this guy came on and told me that you are just deceiving yourself. He told me straight up that you think this is life? You're doing.
Are you serious?
He told me ordinary rent of 50K, you have not paid. Just quit this thing and pick up a certificate. And you know what is crazy? Is that the person who was saying this to me was as a young person as I am, whose parents gave the property to marriage, and then he gave me his parlor. He handed it out to me, and then he was so frustrated that we can't raise 50K. It's just 50K, raise it. What's going on? I'm like, so my partner got tired that we're not making money, Precious. That's not what you told me. And I told him, bro, believe me, this thing is not going to work. And then my friend said, as much as I believe in you, I'm not seeing any light in any tunnel. I'm going to be honest with you. And then he left, he got a good job in Maraba, one teaching job. And then he left. And then weirdly, just the moment he left, we started getting bookings faster. Now I'm in this fix of, I don't enjoy using this camera. And now my partner is gone. What am I going to do? And now people are sending in booking. It will interest you to know that. Do you know that I would take images and send to him to edit it? And because he's a teacher, he could take days, and then the clients are on my neck. Where's our picture? And I'm just stuck. I'm like, what is this? But this is why I always tell every creative that you must learn to be adaptive in whatever situation you find yourself. So I told myself that, okay, my partner is gone. Whatever I switched before, I need to switch it back. Now, I had to mentally convince myself that I need to love this camera. I have to love it. I need to know how it works. And then I find myself, taking short, learning framings, learning lighting, learning shadows, learning expression, and then coming across Tolani changed the game for me. I finally saw somebody whose mind kind of resonate with me, And I started shooting myself and shooting. The only thing that I know that I never got completely right when I was a photographer was retouching. And that was because I hated it. I hated the idea of change this, do this, flawless. But that's not who you are. And why I was having this conflict is because I love art for what art truly means, for what it represents. And then the people I'm working with don't want art. Transform me. I am not. Why should I?
Transform.
Exactly. So it was always crazy for me. And then, like I said the other day at my master class, I told my friend that, come. I just told my friend, I said, guy, how many shots, how many images are we going to take that will make us close a billionaire? Just a billion. I'm not saying multiple billions. And this guy looked at me and he said, what? That was the moment I knew that, please, please, please. I need to understand. I need to redirect and reconfirm my calling because it cannot be this.
Cannot be taking pictures.
It
Just
cannot be taking. No, it can't be taking pictures. There is no amount of how good I am at the time that I can have a turnover of $1 billion in a year. It's not possible. What do I want? It's like book me for the whole month, book me for the whole year. There is nothing I want to snap that will give me 1 billion. And when I say 1 billion, I mean a 1 billion turnover of profit. I'm not saying cumulate the one you put gross and net. No. By the time you remove everything, I can walk home with $1 billion for a year. It's not picture.
Even till now, I don't think there's any photographer just from photography.
It's not possible. What do you? Okay. They'll say they'll travel you up. How much will you pay me if you travel higher as 100K, 200K, 300K USD? How many? Maybe there are. I don't know. But even if we have so much of them, how many photographers in Nigeria can you pay $1 million?
There is none. There's none. There's none.
Not even abroad clients. I mean,
there's none.
Clients here that will pay you $1 million. I just told myself that this is not what I want to be doing. And I'm a very, very ambitious person. And believe me when I say I am super ambitious. I told myself that. And that question came out of me when I and my friend were going to different studios looking for a job, because doing this booking gig, today you see gig, you have to wait 2 months, 3 months. What kind of life? This is how I want to be. And then, at the time when you now go and look at how much is camera, you ask yourself, how many gig do I want to do to raise one money
to buy camera?
I'm not saying less. So. And then, we started going to different studios, telling them how we are capable of transforming, their stuff. And they'll be telling us, so we'll say, come back tomorrow. So we'll say, come back next week. So we'll say, do this. So we'll say, do that. And one of the days, I told my friend that, Inga, how many work are we going to do? to earn a billionaire turnover. He looked at me. He said, "It cannot be photographed." That was the day I told myself that, no. That question redirected me back to my initial. That question redirected me back to what I wanted. And yes, there are producers that end on a project, they can get a project of over $1 billion.
Yeah. More than
More than that.
More than that, yeah.
So that question, that's why as creatives, we have to be very attentive to our why, attentive to our process, attentive to our growth. One powerful thing that attention does to you is that you will know when it redirects you back to your initial. And trust me, your first initial is where truly your big break will hit from in most cases. If you go back, if you have the courage to go back.
If you have the courage to go back.
If you have the courage to go back. So I told myself that, okay, I discovered that I have a talent of always bringing people. Let me convert it to an agency. Instead of doing it one. And mind you, it took me so much losses to get it right eventually. See, there are some people today, if you ask them about, they hate me. And you know the sad thing is, I always tell my team, there is nothing like impossible in my dictionary. There is nothing like we don't have it. See, you need a level of dululu to be able to achieve certain things. People will not like you because you're deluded, you are insane. But that is the only thing that can get you the results you wanted. I have collapsed in the last 8 years of my career. I've collapsed more than 5 teams. And when I mean team, I'm not saying 1, 2, 3. I'm talking in their numbers. We'll bring them, tell them that, see, we're going to blow. Give me 1 year. 1 year. And brother, I am even struggling to have 500K or even 1 million naira in the first 6 months. And yeah, I am having a staff. I'm having staff list of over 10 people. And when I say over 10 people, at the end of the month, these people want something. I tell them, see, there's no money. There's no money. Keep working. We keep working. What do you mean by we keep working? We have bills to pay. That's why doing business in Nigeria as a young founder is tough. It's super tough. People would think, or creatives would think you have money you hid somewhere. You don't do. The money you have hidden is truly in your mind. Just that you are working towards making it an actual number.
Yeah, bring it up.
Now, I was sharing something a while back. I said, why it is so difficult to find creatives who stay on the game these days is that the people who do it as a means to an end has overpopulated the people who do it for what it truly means. I was talking to Shane the other day on the phone. We're talking about this movie, Odeshi, by the one and only Christopher. And Shane said something that hits me. He said, Precious, art is like a religion. Nobody can pay you enough for it. Whatever anybody gives you, there is a depth you come into art in itself. Whatever anybody gives you is a compensation. They can't pay you.
Not the reward. Really.
They can't. When I saw what Chris did with this movie, like the saying goes, shot with IMAX for IMAX is insane. How many people really shoot with IMAX? If you want to shoot with IMAX, you know there's a level of capacity you have attained that I can go here. And what is crazy about Chris that I've been observing in the last few days This guy did not use anything technology. Everything was from scratch.
Yes.
It takes somebody who has studied, overstudied, understood. He's literally a walking art to do what he did without complaining. And everybody was on the team. And beyond just what people were paid, I need to understand from what Chris was saying, the team that he was working with believed in what he was doing.
Yes.
Now that is what we don't have these days.
And that's why he was able to pull it off.
People will tell you, I have bills, my mother is not feeling fine, I have house rent, I have to do this. I tell them it is fine to have your needs. It is totally fine to have your needs. But for what it truly is, for what it truly means, there has to be a place for exchange. And now the problem is a lot of these creatives or creators that are exchanging, they are not exchanging from a place of being genuine, but they're exchanging from a place of exploiting. That's just the problem. And that is why when they're not getting what they want and how they want it, they begin to, sort of have a reaction. Why did I say that? When I was working with this company then, my salary, of course, is 30,000. That was my take home. And suddenly my salary dropped from 30 to 500 to 1,000 to 25 naira. 500 naira every month.
Your salary.
I'm not kidding you. And I go to work. I'm not kidding you. I show up. 500, sometimes 1,500, sometimes 5,000. I will show up on set. For those who are going to come for active filming, it's going to be a very limited masterclass in October. We won't talk about film and film for what it really means. I think that's what we're going to really expose a lot on set. I tell you, if we begin to talk about this creative industry, if you start talking about the problem, you don't get overwhelmed. Now something happened. I knew I wanted to understand the business part of creativity.
Yeah.
I wanted to make money. Now, this person I want to learn how to make money for doesn't want to give me money. But there was one honest conversation I had with myself. And that question is, what can I truly give to this man to learn business from him? I somewhat convinced myself that, do you know what? Let me see it like apprenticeship. Let me not see it like staff. Because for the fact that he considered me first, take this with me, for the fact that he considered to bring somebody who is clueless, zero experience, you don't know anything about the creative industry, you don't know anything about the media business, for the fact that he considered and gave me a seat on the table at the time is one of the greatest reward I got from him. And I don't think I can pay him enough. As a matter of fact, he took a risk on me. So I told myself, I cannot pay this man. But what can I do in exchange? Okay, fine. He's teaching me business, right? I decided to start developing other ways to make money, to sustain me, to learn. Things like doing graphics. I was doing graphics for some churches, local churches, small churches. They were paying me 6,000 every month. That was my salary. They do like 3 designs every week. 3 designs every week. And of the month they pay me 6,000 with joy. I receive it. From there, see, the place of discomfort makes you expand.
Yeah.
So from there, from graphics, I started doing surprise business. I don't have the money for it, but the good thing is when you pay me,
You'll use it.
I'll use it. They remove my profit. So from there, I was like, okay, let me stretch to event planning. I think I can do event planning. I was still working for who was giving me 1,000 and 2,000, sometimes no money. And every month I show up. Go to this location, Washington in Gariki, I'm there. Go to Zuba, I'm there. You just wonder, how am I, creative of now will say, did that guy ever ask himself, how is he going to all these places when I've not paid her? I didn't give her money. See, let me sound a bit straight. The world out here is cold. I always tell them, keep your emotions at home.
Very important in business.
Keep it at home. If I rebel to that man, it's like this, leave my company.
Yes, no.
With or without me, he's fine. Trust me, his company is fine. His company, as at the time that I met him, is over 10 years old. He's pursuing 15, 20 years. So he doesn't need me. That's the point. It would be foolish of me to overestimate my relevance to him. And that is what a lot of creatives do. You overestimate who you are. See, no matter how incredibly outstanding you are, there's a good replacement for you.
Absolutely.
In a second. In short, at a lower price, they will replace you. So I came to terms with that truth. I accepted it. And I said, do you know what? It's fine. Teach me the business. I want him to know how to negotiate. I want him to know when to switch during negotiation. I want him to know the kind of client I want to go after, how to go after them. I want him to know when is the when to buy a particular gadget, a particular equipment. When is it necessary? When do we need it? I want him to know all this. I didn't want, okay, you give me 5 million, bam, I want to go and buy FX3. You suffer.
You cry.
You will weep. They will not come and do unboxing, man. We're growing. Okay, we'll check in 6 months from now. That money, you're still trying to recover it. It's not even, that was why I love what you said, when you came for CCC. These people really do not hire you. They don't even know the worth of this thing. It is a you business. And that's the thing about business. Nobody really cares. So you must, like my father would say, you must have a tough skin. And you know what is crazy is that season of my life was truly was what built and formed who I am today. I remember the days I would call my dad and I'm like, I want to leave this man. My father would say, don't go anywhere. Stay there. As you stay. I'll call him again. At some point I was thinking, does he hate me? Daddy, do you hate me? Do you hate that I'm suffering? Do you like the way I am suffering? You're not suffering. I didn't understand what he was saying at the time. When he told me, you're not suffering, stay. That's your part. You will never have it easy. This will be the most easiest that you will meet in this journey. So manage it. The most easiest. And that is what people don't know about building. Your first phase is usually most easiest compared to what you're going to meet.
Yes.
You will meet problem.
And overcoming the problems that came earlier is just like a test to see if you can
get you there. It's the most easiest, actually.
Sometimes I intentionally put myself in uncomfortable positions just because I have understood. I used to think it was a personal thing.
Yeah.
But now that you're saying it, I think it is what every creative should pay attention to. If you're too comfortable in certain ways, if you're just sitting and somebody told me something, I think it's one of my mentors, he said, to stay afloat in water, you need to keep trying to, the moment you say, okay, now you are afloat, then you want to just stay. You cannot stay, you will sink.
And there are some things that only process can teach you. Now, I usually tell a lot of creatives around me, everybody must not be profitable to you on the basis of cash. That's where you get it wrong. Everybody in the industry must not make money for you. There are people you need them for emergency.
Yes.
But I don't get light. How far? If you bring light for me, I dey come. Chief, I can't be in this city to shoot. Can you help me go? I'll sort you later. Everybody must not make money. That is why you miss it. And then you find these people find themselves destroying and collapsing relationship.
Can we talk about the importance of relationship?
See, I tell people that the summary of my life is I'm a product of relationship. If you sum up my life
And your business.
and my business, it's God and people. I have entered crazy situation. Talk about the crazy of that you can think of. It is people that came through. I tell people that I see kindness as deposits. I know when I will cash it out.
Oh, yes.
Precious Alpha now, I need this. This is voila. There are sometimes some people will reach out to me, my people. I don't have it. I will use my money and go and rent. I say, go and give it to this person. The day is coming when I will ask you for it. That need will come that day and you will come through. Let me shock you. They just concluded CCC. We had a crisis in the night. They set up this thing. We have already paid our vendors that was set up, lights, this, that. As at 11 p.m. to 12, sound is not ready, light is not ready, stage is not ready. I'm not kidding you. And this thing has been paid for 80% down payment. And this is the problem of limited market. You go and carry so many events, and now you're not hooked. You don't even know how to escape. What helped me that night was call. I called this person. I say, Baba, how far? See.
So how points money cannot even help you. It's not about money again.
He said he doesn't. I'm speaking to me right now. They are doing setup somewhere. I should give him 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, this guy raised 4 vendors for me.
What?
4 immediately. He called this. Do you know the place he humbled me? He negotiated all the budgets for me. All he did it. He didn't just send them my way. He told them she will give you 200. Collect them. Now my person be that. They'll give you 80. Take it. Everything he negotiated it. And send. I called them. This one came around 11. This one came by 5. Stage came by 10. Everything worked out fine.
Wow.
People currency. And then there is this bro that say, you dey use me. If I dey roll with you, you dey use me. The time you see, it's about gaze. It's about what you are saying. If you keep saying that this person is using you, even when things are working in alignment for your breakthrough,
Yes.
you will miss it because all you saw was they are using me. That was all you were capable of saying. There was nothing else in the frame you could see. It's just like crop sensor and full frame. Some people, some creative, their side is like crop sensor. They can never see the other part because they need a full frame to be able to see.
They don't have enough light in their system.
They can't see a lot of things. Their mind is so small. I've seen a lot of them now. They'll come, say, if my person, let's do this. And I come, give me this. I come, give me that. All that concerns you is built on take. And you know what is crazy is that if you keep measuring your deposits, what you do not understand is just like it is in investment, real investment. There's some investment that it is in the next 10, 5, 20 years.
Yeah.
You will see the turnover. You will see it now. But guess what? You will keep sowing. You're not foolish, you're not crazy. You keep, no matter how you think someone cannot help you, there is a situation that will demand them to help you. They are forced to help you.
I'm telling you.
But no, your mind is in a use me. I don't want to use you. No, let me tell you how.
Are you not going to use me if I don't use you? Are we not supposed to use each other to?
So people in every field is the greatest currency you can ever think of. I have people in my life where even when it's not convenient. I remember last year, I just picked up my phone. We're having issues, looking for this, looking for that. For a particular project, we needed some sponsors to sponsor it. I call one of my friends, I say, Baba, see, problem do. I need you, Alpha. Help me get sponsored. This guy raised about 3 sponsors for me in the space of 1 week. And why not? This guy will call me. He will say, Precious Alpha, what do you think about this project? I say you have come again for free consultation. You will not pay. But I will answer you, do it like this, like this, like this, like this. Are we good? Awesome. And this consultation this guy is having with me, a consultation for heavy capital projects. Will he bring me on board for it? I don't know. But would I tell him how to navigate himself around it for free? Yes. And whenever I do that, I'll tell him, as I'm telling you this thing now, but just know, say I go call you. You get what I go need.
You're reminding me.
I will remind you. Will give it. You must give it to me. You say no, why, no. We did, and that's the thing you don't find so easily again among creatives, and that is why the culture in itself, for what it is getting weaker by the day. You have people who has this what I call unbelievable fantasy that nobody can afford. I can't afford your fantasy. I can't afford how you want me to respond or behave. But are there things you should be able to do as an obligation for what the culture demands in itself? Yes. Just do it. There was one day, the day I sat down just by myself, I was just thinking. And I asked myself one question, Sam. I said, look round. This content thing that is going on. How many content would one want to produce to truly matter? How many?
To truly what matter?
To truly matter, yes. Everybody's go on Instagram these days. How to make film. That's why in that act of filming, we're going to break some people. See, my intention is to break them. That when you leave that session, you will go home and question yourself. I mean, questioning yourself to the point that you might be contemplating selling off your camera. I was just sharing with myself that how many content would people truly do to matter? How many? If we look around the circle, is repetition that is going on.
Yep.
On how to on light, how to do this, do this effect, do that effect. Now, when you now narrow it down, there are people that are exceptionally outstanding, too good. And those people that are good, they are in their numbers. So where do I place you? Now, some people will say, you might want to place me on the basis of you might want to place me on the basis of pricing. If you cannot afford some friend, come and afford me. Okay. My question now is, how many clients do you think will consider that option? I might want to consider, before I might end up want to considering this person and giving up completely not using some friend, is one, I'm assured of delivery. I'm assured of security. I'm assured of expectation. This brand will give me. Now, for you, I don't know about that.
Your work is fine.
But your work is fine. It's okay. And if I'm being truthful, let me even say this for free. The time you will spend to be doing content like some friend or one guy in UK, please spend that time building your portfolio and be posting it. Let's be seeing that one. I think people should also know how to draw the line of being delusional. Like there was one time, Don Jazzy was saying something in one of his interview. He said, the TV was asking him about how do they pick artists. Don Jazzy was like, it's too stressful. And I asked him why. He said, somebody will send me DM that I'm an artist. Don Jazzy said, I will go to your page. I'm seeing dark image. Your music, I've not seen it. I don't even see any song that you have. I can't even find what you do. But I'll be seeing all those mystery images, those blur effects. You highlight one funny caption. How am I supposed to engage you? Do you think I have that time? Started saying, okay, send me your song. It's about the first 5 minutes or the first 1 minute of everybody.
There was a time, I think it was a few months ago, I
Yeah.
needed to hire an editor and a videographer ASAP. And I just posted it on my story because I felt like with the number of engagement I have on story, I don't need to post it on my feed. Then before you know, in just 24 hours, I had like almost 50 entries. And guess what? 90 to 80% don't have a portfolio. The ones that have a portfolio is just things, random things that does not like, they just go online, get videos they don't understand, just put it together and say, okay, this is, and I'm like, what's going on? And I had to make series of videos after that. See, if you want to get jobs, you need to be intentional about even the way, when we talk about building portfolio, people just think you want to be a videographer. So you want to do something for your portfolio. You will just do something. I cannot believe somebody paid you to do that. And you talked about something, you talked about security.
Yeah.
So a lot of clients are not even coming. Most times when they come to me for the fact that, okay, your videos are clean, they come to you because they know you are going to be reliable for the security. You are going to deliver. You can handle certain jobs. And I discovered clients don't want to give, if they know this is your biggest job and you've never handled that type of job, nobody wants to.
They don't want to risk it.
You said you're a wedding videographer and you've never shot a real wedding. So even if it's for free,
Thank you.
do it.
Just do it.
You're starting out, you don't need to care about money.
No.
I think my first year, 99% of my jobs, first year, because I started my career in the creative industry as a fashion guy, fashion designer, so nobody knew me as a videographer. So for me to let people know, I had to tell them, don't worry about the money. So sometimes it is after I now shoot and they love the video, they'll say, no, we have to pay you. They will now pay me. But no, people don't want, they just want to, and most times, a lot of people think they are good, but they are not, because how will you call yourself a wedding videographer or you shoot music videos and stuff, but you've never really shot like one music proper video, but you just bring different clips of the video, Ashake online, put it together and say, okay, this is an example of what you can do. So I'm supposed to imagine that, okay, because you can put these videos together, I will just automatically.
Let me set at the table right now. Let me spoil this table. Even our so-called big faves out there don't know anything. The advantage that they have, I don't want to call name, is that they have a strong powerhouse.
What do you mean by powerhouse?
Powerhouse, by what I mean is they have a strong team.
Yeah.
That a strong team that ought to be in the front and then they will be in the back and be learning. But then again, one would say that is where creative entrepreneurship pays off.
Yes.
I don't have to do it, but you claim that you do it. Hey, come and show us that you do it now. So the time we waste trying to emulate things that are not what you should be doing now. And that's what a lot of creatives do not understand. You need to understand, what is my now demanding for me? Not what trend. If you follow trend, it will consume you. You will get drowned, you get lost. You are trying to catch up with, okay, now, the thing that happens in China, they have like content making factories in China.
Yeah.
The early 2020, 2021, it was booming. When I checked a few months ago, it's declining.
Yeah.
Now, some of these people discover that people's taste, and that's the thing about the human creation. I tell people that one of the most incredible being that God made is man. One, see, man as a creature, as a being, needed different phases, different department, needed different collection to understand it. And even till now, we are still discovering
Yes.
its complexity and how dynamic it is. Now, is it that the same people, is that same creature, that same people, you say you want to do something for and keep it like that, you're in trouble. Now, I checked that market has declined. People have shifted, people have moved from searching content. And that's why, like I said, creatives need to understand the now. What is the market saying now?
Right now.
Then outside the market, what is me? See, bro, when everybody leaves the room, tell yourself the truth.
The truth.
Where am I now? If you tell yourself that truth and you get the actual answer, that is when you can respond to the market. But you don't even know where you are now. And then you're clamoring and demanding for opportunity. And then I give you, you will blow it up.
Yes. And a lot of people don't know they will blow it up. People think what is stopping them from making big money in the they don't. You've not handled a project of 1 million before, and you want me to give you 10. I think we need to start thinking deeply about this thing.
See, there was a time, okay, I was aiming in a million to saying, oh, can we aim more than just a million? Can we go higher than that? And I was mad at the fact that why wasn't I getting in its hundreds of numbers? And then I realized that, my brother, you see this business, your growth in this business responds to your need. When one is in 100K, it will give you what 100K can give you. When you are in a million, it will give you what a million can give you. When you're in hundreds of million, it will give you what a hundreds of million. When you are in a billion, why am I saying this? You can go look it up, for those that want to know more about Chris. When I was watching the behind the scenes and interviews for Odyssey, and I realized that they spent $250 million. When I changed that money, my brother,
Why will you do that?
that money is about 385 billion.
What?
For one movie. Then you that we gave you 10 million to go out your documentary. Till now we are still pursuing you up and down, fighting you. You are still saying, okay, I have to tell myself something. How does the creative, especially the upcoming ones, how do you know that a resource is not enough? What is your yardstick to know that a money is not enough to get you a result? Just throw it out there, and you'll be shocked by the responses you will get. You hear something like, my crew, my crew, I have to pay my crew. Okay, who is your crew? Who is your crew? I have to pay my cinematographer, my first shooter. I have to pay him like 2 million. Why are you bringing somebody of 2 million? But somebody tell you that their budget is 5 million to shoot it. Go and look for somebody of 70K, 50K. Bros, just edit and give it to me. You don't have to do anything, just give it to me. And you still deliver. So I used to tell them, how do you know that a budget cannot work? And that's why I love one of the videos that I was so happy that you said that. Oh, it gave me so much joy because I I was meaning to say it for a very long time. I will go to an event. I will see great arsenals, fantastic cameras.
Machines.
I will see great gears, you know. Then when I see the work after that event, I will not only fire the person that did the work, the company as a whole need to go on reset. Like, we need to have a serious conversation because what did you just produce? With what did you produce it? With all of this. And you see them, we have 15 cameras in our company.
Sweating heavily.
We have this, we have that. And then the real thing you should prioritize when you're doing your price allocation, if you don't prioritize it. If a project will demand you shooting with 2, why do you need 5? 2 is okay. If a project will demand you shooting with 1, why do you need 2? I remember when we started then, that sometimes we'll use one camera to do both side and main. You will not know. I will not tell you. Because I used to tell them, you see this thing, this is our business, especially when you run an agency around the clock. Every penny matters.
Yes, it does.
That's why I like this new trend that is going on now. When you say your budget is $10,000, they'll show you. When you say 5,000,
Yes.
I said to myself, hope beyond just the laugh and the play, hope creatives are really learning. You cannot see the way the world is, the way inflation is hitting you cannot afford to lose any money. Sometimes I choose some headache and let me just have it. You know what? I have a need I need to take care of. I know you will stress me. Me, I know. That you will stress me. I have convinced myself to go through that stress. You know why? There are responsibilities that need to be met. And those are the hard truths nobody will tell you about. My brother, you can be, now, you're saying maybe maybe something went wrong and they need to make a particular purchase. And you ask your team, say, okay, how much do we need? And they tell you, say, boss, we need like 5 million to get this thing. Then you now met a client that you want to work with. And you know this client in particular, you know, this every time you have had to do something with this person stress you. As a matter of fact, you have decided to avoid the person. And in that window of when there's a responsibility that needs to be met, if I see that offer you 6 million, you remember what they told you? As a 5, bring it. Boss, this person, she say we should buy this. We collect it first. See, you know what I was telling myself? I was telling myself that I say, Precious, I will not die. She be stuck.
And you will not.
I will not. Will I pass it? I will pass it. Will I take care of my responsibility? Yes, I will take care of it. In short, that problem I will do with that person is temporal. The one that keeps my operation running is long term. So I'd rather suffer for this to be okay so that I have peace of mind here. So I'd rather go through that. Now, this is what some people, when you tell them, no, my mental health, my this, my peace of mind. See, if you truly want to build anything to last, you will suffer.
You forget peace of mind.
Throw peace of mind in the dustbin. Do you know that before CCC, I have not rested until the following Saturday? I just said, I'm not going to leave this house. All I was doing was, when you will sleep, the sleep will become sickness to you. You say, oh, I'm not tired to sleep, but I have to sleep.
Because your body needs it.
My body needs it. So I've tried to make a lot of creative understand that it will always not work the way you want most of the times.
Mm.
It will never do.
Mm.
And just because people decline doesn't mean they are not fit for you to build something with, regardless of.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's this person from the past that I know. Celebrate this person. He reached out. And you know one thing, I want to this out for creative.
Yeah.
See, every creatives and creator, you must acknowledge the growth of your colleague. When I mean acknowledge, you should acknowledge when they have gone ahead of you. Accept it.
Mm-hmm.
It will help you survive better with them. Why did I say that? This person reached out to me. I say, we want to do this movie, we want to do this project, we want to shoot this. I want you to work with me. Okay. Left for me as Precious. Gladly. Now, one of the things that happens to people like us that are so in love with this is that structure help restrain and protect us. If not, we'll keep being burnt offering. Hear this. You want to do a project, you and I know, sir, that project, to do it and do it well. To do it and do it well. It will cost us nothing less than 30 million. And you tell me that the only thing you are bringing is your script to me. Kukuba said the script to me. Let me go and look for how to shoot it. And I will pay you, then you go your way. And then you don't have the audacity to add and say it is partnership. Which partnership? And you say you reach out to me for partnership. Equipment, I'm the one bringing it. Manpower, I'm the one bringing it. Distribution, I'm the one bringing it. And I ask you, what is your work? You say, what did you even tell me? He said, you bring the script, you will also be on set with me. I don't need you to be on set with me. I can
support.
I can literally buy script anywhere from any script writer and produce it. So sometimes I think, as much as creatives want to be gunning for some certain ambition, let it be that when they ask you, that is something, even in your little, it is worthy. In the little that you are bringing, it is worthy to encourage the other person to jump on it with you. And then when I tell you it will not work, I'm not telling you it will not work as a person. I'm telling you it will not work because of what the structure demands of me. My brother, you keep it different. We pay editors every month. I don't think we'll have any benchmark lesser than 500 upward.
Wow.
They will not tell you to come and work on your project for free. Or you want to leave it on the fact that, but you have full-time salary, full-time staff. Where do you think? You think there are no money coming from somewhere to fund them?
Yeah.
Okay, what if it's full-time staff? So I should give it to you as a living sacrifice because you have one ambition to tell one story. Somebody might want to tell me, but the guy that did this, what's this movie? This movie that really that time now, this Chinese movie where they will put all of them in one place.
Squid Game, are we?
Yes, Squid Game.
Yeah.
People see in the front how the guy has a script and nobody wanted to give him an audience, and and finally years later somebody gave him a chance. What a lot of people don't know is that for every great deal and great opportunity you saw that came out in the front, there were negotiations that went behind. Leave the glamour. There were there were deals, there were courts, there were courts, there were expectations, there were demands that were discussed behind closed door. Not because of it. If it's by, there are a lot of beautiful, great scripts out there.
Yeah.
But when we now look at value, that is where the conversation now shifts.
But what would you say is one lesson you wish somebody taught you in your career when you were starting out, and that has a lot to do, well, that has less to do with the technical aspect of, building a career as a creative?
To be honest, that question, what do I think is one thing I wish they taught me in the early days of my career? I think one thing I would have wished I learned more is, most people might not like what I'm about to say right now. I would have spent time building for people that are up there than building with people that are on the same level with me.
Building for people up there rather than building with. Why is that necessary?
This is more this has more advantage than this one. Because the chances of failure, is high. The chances of failure, for people that are higher, is that in itself, it has an advantage that rewards you back. And it can reward you from connect, it can reward you from contact, it can reward you from access. But if you spoil, you don't spoil. We can even end up becoming enemies. But a lot of motivational speakers will say, build with your people, build with your clique, build with your... What are we building with together? What are we building? You don't have, I don't have. You are dragging me out. So build for than to build with. Now, I can convince you, let's build for. Then when we get there, we can build together. Then it's better. But when we are here doing, you see them on their, they say, build with what? The time I will waste building with you, time is going. This one, even if I don't get anything at the end of the day, I have built relationship, I've built access, I've built connection, I've built contact. Contact that would take me years building with this person. I've gotten it here. So even if this person here does not give me monetary value in return, they have given me return in other aspects of life.
Which is more.
Which is more. Everybody cannot be like that person. It's not possible. Because everybody sees and witnesses different truth. Or better say, everybody sees and witness truth in different expression. So that should be my focus. People here will be fine. They will be okay. So in short, when I even get there, if I see the one that is serious, I can drag you on. In most cases, to even find who to drag from here, by the time you look back, the space is too much. It's a lot. So why don't you all come? Let us go and build for this person. In building for this person, we have access to funding, we have access to resources, we have access to exposure. I know they don't like getting that exposure thing, but you have access.
But it's important.
But you hear them say, will exposure feed me? What has your talent so far feed? What has it given you? And the one that you claim that you have, what has it given you? Tell me. That's one time I challenged some of my colleagues then. Now you'll be telling me, Precious, exposure not to feed me. And I asked them, the one that you have now, what has it given you? I call it unnecessary pride. You don't get. You show the chances of you getting that is very slim. So why don't you just trade it? Really, just trade it. It's about perception. If you think the exposure is irrelevant, it will be irrelevant to you. If you think the exposure is profitable, you will figure a way of how to make it profitable for you.
Yeah.
Then, when I was answering Precious, I discovered it was not paying me. One day, I just changed my name. I had answering celebrity photographer. There was no event in this Abuja. Transcorp. I did not go to. It made me meet people. I met celebrities. Do you know that people, let me shock you. Let me catch this. I was using the name celebrity photographer, meeting celebrities, but my most highest paying clients were not even celebrities. That celebrity thing was like a facade that was converting money in for me. Because people, the thing about when you talk about marketing is a thing of psychology. People like the fact that I was affiliated
And they want to be associated.
and they want to be. So I milked it. So she are with him in the color. They're having lunch. She are with Chef Freg's. They were doing this. People loved it. To sweet. Oh, she are in this when they are launching. There was this app that Transcorp was launching that time. People like I will work with her. Whether I'm good or I'm not good, just because of these people you are seeing, their credibility in itself. So if you are associated with them, it means you are authentic, even when you don't even know the craft. And that's why you will see people who are not good making it big, fully booked. You that know the craft so well, you are struggling to even get one booking is a problem.
Because
To even get who will book it to Lagos, flight, so not even road. Let me know when the flight is too high. Somebody that will book you to Lagos by road, you have not even got it. And yet the person that you are saying, what do they do? Is flying cities into cities out of cities, but you are still stuck there. So why don't you just trade it? Why keep it? You see, one thing about earning respect, right, in this craft is that it comes on its own. You don't have to force it. If I'm bringing somebody like, Big Boss Kelechi Amadeobi, my brain will anybody that wants to involve him on anything, your brain will refocus. It will reposition. You can't be telling Kelechi Amadeobi to show you portfolio. Are you being funny? Which portfolio? He is the portfolio.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And that's what people don't understand. It will shock you to know that as big as he is, there are still projects he does for free. Free. In short, he even put inside. And then you have somebody in Lugbe. Maybe are still struggling to leave Maraba. And all those ones that go that God is still trying to shoot you out for the stars. You not be building some crazy, you hear things like I'll talk to my team and which team? It is you. the time I used to be chasing shadows. Let's talk, conclude and move on. And my team, that was how one did something that day that I fired. He said, I'm going to call my lawyer and I said, your lawyer. I told him, said the lawyer. The lawyer that you will send will truly tell me where you really belong. Any small thing, hear them say, I'll send which lawyer? The one that you're not involved during the beginning of the deal is not when you have problems, you want to now break them. The thing is, see, business is calm down. You will get there. And you will get there well. See us today at the company, by God's grace. We have like 10 running station staff around the clock. We have external teams. Our external team, they're in their numbers. It is not rocket science. It is not. There was a time we were doing 5K for 2 hours. 5K, I will carry load all the way from Lugbe to go and do one shoot where I remember there was one shoot I did one time. Kai. May we never be poor in this life. They paid me 8K and it looked like one big money. I carried all the lights you can think of to go and do one shoot. 8,000. That time both were still affordable now. So if you do both like 1, 2, you're feeling like a big person. My whole profit out of that 8K, maybe it's 5,000 or maybe it's 4,000 naira. The point is there was a time I was collecting 5K for video. There was a time I was collecting 5K for video. Both production and post-production, everything. I did everything.
And production.
I'm the production myself. to now coming to a point where people pay me as high as 15, 30, 50, 100 for a video in the space of 8 years. And why is that so? Please, I always acknowledge the God factor. That's why you see them, they're always depressed. She's creative, you are depressed. You'll be depressed. I told people that God is the first ever creative, first ever creator. There is no way you want to strive and excel excluding him. You will have to depend on things to really succeed. The Bible will call it lying vanities. You have to depend on it to truly succeed. Some drugs, some connections, some cult, some society. There is nobody today that is big. When they use clear eye, do am. Coach me anyway. Both in politics, both in business, in tech, is a lie. Nobody today that is big. They're using clear eye to do it. Then you wake up by 10 o'clock. You eat kosher and pap. You say you are okay, you can. Okay, do it. Do it. One of my friends called me this morning. When he called me, I asked him, have you prayed? No, I've not prayed. Cut this call. Go and pray. When you pray, call me back. I said, go and pray. Sometimes you need people to remind you of the essence why divinity should be involved in what you are doing. If not, you'll be frustrated. See, my brother, there was a time I would trek from Banex, from Beggar to Banex to save 100 naira. Because if I use that 15 naira that time, go Banex, that other 15 naira will not do me to go to Lugbe. So I will trek, save that money to use 100 naira to go back to do my drops to go back. But I was very aware that God himself has endorsed what I'm doing. See, my father-in-law will say, everybody you see, you get where their hand there. Eh? Their hand is somewhere. And there are two ends. There are two extreme ends to where we belong. Is it that you are here? Everybody knows this now. The Nigerian music industry is dominated by fraud and cultism. Even your big faves, they cannot survive outside that circle. You can't. And it's the same thing with creatives. You can't. You need to acknowledge, you need to acknowledge a deity that this is where you are. You need to pledge your allegiance somewhere. If not, you will suffer. It's not by doing chunking out content every day. That will bring you, it will bring you somewhere. You go reach somewhere.
There's nothing solid carrying it behind.
You're not casting and binding in the night or dancing around the calabash.
You must do one.
You must do one. Then you will not come and meet me and say, when did you start? Never tell. See how? They might be like, when this person joined music industry, it be like this, so what happened? Something happened. There was a transaction. Except you don't want to be up here. Except you don't want to be among those who are the custodians. Then just keep doing your cover wedding, have few kids, have your partner, live your life, take your children to government school, of course not private school, to government school, do your thing, just live, But if you want to come to the peak of the peak, this thing I'm telling you, sir, the truth is, this one, nobody will teach you in a classroom. The closest place you can get it is an apprenticeship. You know why? You are seeing what your guy is doing. Now, all these people, no one get, all these creative, no one get Oga. They are their Oga. How are you the beginning of a thing that does not have a plug-in? Nothing. You say we're doing networking, we're creating together. Okay. Keep creating. We're collaborating. Even in the collaboration, sir, you hear things like, you sleep, I do. There was a time somebody openly told me in Lagos, I will not call his name, he's big. He's too good when it comes to photography. He's outstanding. He told me, ladies pay me this with sex, and I collect it. When he told me, I had goosebumps. You might think it's 5-minute pleasure. I don't know why he does it, but I know every intention is being driven by something. He said, you just give me, I collect. Okay.
Hold on.
Keep going.
Keep collecting.
Keep collecting. And then you will not come with your, consistency. That's why I always say, I have no business motivating you, but I have every business building you. And building you, I will tell you the truth. You need belong somewhere. You need to hold something. The one that I know, I will recommend to you. If you follow, good for 2 of us. If you don't want to follow, but this one, nobody will teach you. This one, you will not be taught. This one, you can only learn it when you come into some certain services that you are offering, that you're rendering. There's a way you will serve a person, they will tell you, come, let me show you what is working for me. Nobody will tell you in conference. Nobody would tell you, quote me. It's not a master class. See, nobody will tell you in conference, in summit, in retreat. Name anything you want to name, but they will tell you in the place of service. Because they have seen it and they know you are ready for it. They will show you. And they will tell you, you fit. It's so common in politics. Can you? You want to do it? It's the same thing in creative industry as well. So when I see people say, nobody will teach you that. Nobody will teach you in your career. It's not even a career that you teach. It is something that you have to decide. You have to make up your mind that I'm going all in. I used to tell people, if I leave Jesus, keep it different will crumble. To die like this. And I say, I have arrived. I'm gifted, I'm talented, I'm brilliant. That is the beginning of my company's death. If I told that part. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Christian. And trust me, every deity responds to allegiance. They bless it. Whether it is this one, or is that one, or you are there, they respond to it. They will bless the fruit of your hands. Yes, talent can bring you, character can bring you. We used to talk, we say, when we're giving quote, we say, talent has to bring you somewhere, character has to sustain you. But there is something that sustains the character. It's not just the character. Something that sustains that character. You must be doing something behind the character. You must be doing it. And nobody will tell you. All your big celebs and this thing, they know what they do. Booked and busy. Is that what you think? You think you're the only talented person? You think you're the only skillful person? You think you're the only hardworking person? No. My brother, on a steady transaction is going on. Both direct and indirect transaction is occurring. Now you don't just get updates. Now you don't know where they happen. You are just seeing results. You are not seeing the other side.
Behind the scenes.
Now, these things nobody will teach you. My boss then might not be a perfect person, but he put God for front. That one I know about him. Might not be perfect, but he acknowledged God. He might not do things that are godly, because OEV is not godly. It's ungodly. But there is a place he's plugged into. And when we talk about this allegiance thing and networking and and the rest, there are people who are like habitation. You need them around. When the Bible was talking about Bible was talking about when the ark was with this guy and everybody in that place was blessed. It's the same thing with this our craft. There are some people that they might not give you money, they might not give you equipment, they might not give you things, but their presence and what their presence represents is enough supply for what you are doing. Is it not necessarily enough supply, but it's a supply in itself for what you are doing. That's all. That's all.
It's a lot, though. It's a lot. I think now I see where you tied everything together, because like you said, the topic is the things people are not telling creatives about,
No.
how to build a sustainable creative business. And that's what really stood out to me and shook me, and is like an eye opener in everything you said, is that even that character that we've been preaching, don't just let it be about your talent, your craft. Make sure you have that character. Then you don't say something that character has something behind it.
Yes.
That is making it, you understand?
Making it function.
And I'm trying to also look, and I'm trying to look at the people I've studied over the years, and that I think it is that character that is pushing them. I'm already seeing what you're saying in it. That it is not just, you have to pledge your allegiance to something.
You have to. If you see, if we look at the life of David, for those who can go and watch the movie that was made about David in the Bible, he was a faithful servant. David was a faithful servant. Beyond just the fact that he honors God, David was a faithful servant in character. He was outstanding. But if you look again, beyond that character, there is a part where it is written, he is a man after God's heart.
Yeah.
There was an allegiance somewhere. In good or in bad, read the book of Psalms, you run back to the house of God. I beg. If you leave me, I will die.
God, I
beg. Help me. It was beyond just that. And you see, one of the things, let me tell you something. I want you to catch this. One of the things about submitting to or having an allegiance to a deity is that it will never be pleasing. It will never be enjoyable. That was when make it make sense that you anointed me. You said you have announced me as the king of Israel. And then you took you over 20 years to make me ascend the throne. Which kind of deity with this or why they will worship? I know go live up. The difference between God and the other people is that the other people, they trade time.
Yeah.
But God will never trade time with you. He will never give you shortcuts. Because he is more and primarily concerned about you being sustained where he's taking you to. The other side, they don't care about sustenance. The other side, they will never get enough. They will keep demanding and demanding. So when you think about it, you see, this guy anointed this guy, declared and pronounced him the king of Israel. Yet you did not allow him come to that. As a matter of fact, you make me to go and serve somebody that you have given him to demons to be tormenting him. Your spirit has left him and you told me, keep serving him. Make it make sense. And he served this guy faithful even till death. Now he didn't even have the courage to kill him. When they came back and told him, "Well, I killed him." Why asked you? Why wasn't you? So beyond the car, see, there has to be somewhere. There has to be something you're holding on to. If not, you will crash. And then you're not doing creative business in Nigeria. I don't say Africa, I say in Nigeria. A home where talent is in abundance. Every day the competition is skyrocketing, is hitting the peak. And you still want, when you post, they'll come and book you. And even book you on the basis of what you want. Let us stop saying it is talent, I beg. Let us stop saying it is skill. Leave all those. Leave that one for motivational speakers. I've left that one for them. Can be doing acquired. But if you come to this place, you want to learn this one. You must learn it like this. That's the only way you can last. That's the only way you can stay and truly stay to the end. And you must have values. You must have very, very strong values that makes you be, because for whatever you are tied to have its expectation of your performance outside, the do's and the don't. And is that do and don't is what keeps you relevant and active. So how do I tell somebody this one that came to learn producer? I will teach you, go. I teach you how to do producer business. Will do you send forth? But after everything you taught me, your thing, sorry. I've taught you what you say I should teach you that I can teach you. But if you want to go further than this, then maybe we cannot have a conversation. Then I will show you this one. I will not teach you this one, no, but not everybody will have the audacity to say this online. And that's the truth. Not everybody will come out openly to say this. And see, sometimes your allegiance to something must not be direct, it can be indirect. You can have allegiance to something through habit. That you cannot do this, you can almost not do this without this being in picture. You need this to do this. So if you are waiting for it to be ceremonial, you can't go somewhere. No, it will not happen in all cases. But there are different ways you can get yourself plugged in. Let me talk for my own faith, my own clan. I know this creative. I know what the person does. I know that person has a source. And I discover it's a source that I know. There are different ways to enter. I must not enter direct. No. I will tell you that you have to know my house to get connected. Why do you want to know my house? Who tell you have to come and sit with me around the clock? No. Little. That's why sometimes when I hear people say that they are following somebody online, you are following, but you don't pay attention. You can be hearing something, a creative, maybe the person you are following can be saying, we need to get this particular light. How are we going to do it? They don't say it at the side. If you have the means, reach out to that company. Tell them that somebody, a fan, gifted them this thing. You don't even need to disclose who you are. The Bible said that the gift of a man maketh room for him. Leave it like that. You have sent it to that person. It is now with that person. You can call it what. So the day they randomly hit your DM, it is not random. You orchestrated it. You invoked it. You arranged it. So it is not a surprise. The day they come, it becomes a confirmation of what you did. So all that time you used to be like me, Holy Spirit. There was one day I was going through Instagram. I saw one post I sent 2020 to one house of rep. I just said, hey God, I was bidding for camera 1 million to buy camera equipment. I said, what kind of thing is this? I look at the English, how I composed it. I don't know the sad thing. This guy read it and ignored it. I don't like. Imagine if I had reached out to that guy and say, also, I saw that you have a call for something you're doing. I'm not doing this, for that call. I'm doing this to, offer my volunteering services. That wherever you're going, I would love to capture. I would love to curate and do what you do. You don't have to pay me. Just let me know if this works for you. He will buy those equipment that I want indirectly for me. So when I tell people that you see, not be every time DM they work, not be every time events they work. Sometimes it's because you truly do not have an update to some of these things. You truly haven't been taught. And this thing, Sam, they cannot teach you with clear eye because you look stupid to the person.
You don't look like you're ready.
You don't. Imagine me telling you, say, when you hear things like, we will blacklist you in industry, why do you think it's easy to blacklist somebody? And nobody uses you. But there's a circle that determines. I hope people know that the only time God intervenes here is when we invite him. Even though this place, they get their structure of how they work. You need to understand that. So when you come around and you say, you don't know how this, you have done this, you have done everything. They work. The one who will make you work, you go, yeah. Small thing, I don't begin to speak English. No, I don't do like that. It's not my thing. I don't believe in that. All you, Africans are too religious. No, is that?
Oh shit.
I don't know. I can't be talking. I don't be talking. Because at this, we have to be logical people. That's why you are where you are. That's the only expression I can give to where you are in this place. Because to you, everybody is logical. And the truth is, the other side, logic doesn't work. What work is what is demanded of you. That is what work.
If there's one thing I took away from this conversation, it is this. Building a career is about so much more than becoming good at what you do. I think a lot of us spend years trying to become better photographers, filmmakers, designer, content creators, but very few of us intentionally work on becoming the kind of person people can trust, recommend, and build with. And one thing Precious said that really stayed with me was the importance of service. Sometimes we are in a hurry to lead before we even learn how to serve other people. We want to be the boss before we've even learned from people who have already walked the paths we are trying to take. Another thing she talked about was being intentional about learning from people who are ahead of you. And honestly, that is something I've seen played out in my own journey as well. Every season of growth in my life has been connected to people who stretched my thinking, challenged me, and exposed me to higher standard. She also reminded us that structure matters a lot. Talent without structure eventually becomes frustration, because if you don't build system, discipline, and the right habits, talent alone won't sustain your career. And finally, I love what she shared about having something, bigger than yourself to anchor your life. She said it like you have to pledge your allegiance to something, whether it is your values, your faith, or the principles you choose to live by. Success becomes so much more meaningful when it is built on a solid foundation. If this conversation challenged you in any way, I would really love to hear your biggest takeaway. Leave it in the comment section below because I'm going to read them, and that is because I want to enjoy your own perspective too. If you know any other creative who is trying to build a lasting career, don't skip this episode to yourself, share it with them. Thank you for watching. My name is Sanfren Ojo. I'm a documentary filmmaker based in Abuja, and this has been another episode of Depth of Field podcast. See you in the next one.